Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up Demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me. Make sure if you found me, whether it's through Facebook or if it's through YouTube, make sure that you do subscribe. And then by doing that, you'll get notified immediately as soon as my posts do go live. Now, one other thing is sometimes you may want to be a part of the Stampin' with Diane Stampers group. And the reason being for that is because I offer PDFs of different techniques that are only found on that Facebook. And all those links are actually will be down below this YouTube or also on the Facebook. So today is Mystery Wednesday, and when I do my mystery challenge, I have changed it up quite a while ago actually. And what it's done is I don't now tell you to cut a certain size, or I don't tell you to where to put it or anything like that. I give you 3 clues. It was quite loose today on the clues that I gave. So I gave fruit, I gave die cuts, and I also gave coloring as one of the clues. And you know what? My hidden agenda on that was I wanted to show you some brand new stuff. So let me just head on right on down to the desktop. This Apple Harvest is a fantastic stamp set that can be found on your J2D mini catalog. Hello, Lorraine. And it's the Apple Harvest, and it's found on page 54. You know, it's a great stamp set. To me, this reminds me of things going back to school. It could be harvest time because, of course, that's when apples are readily available. But guess what? Starting September the 1st, they have dies, and only while quantities last, or September the 30th. And these are dies that actually will go and cut out these different images here. I think they're so pretty. They're yeah, in any event, it's really nice when you can get dies. They have some beautiful apple blossoms on there. They have some leaves, and then of course the 3 different images, or the 4 different images here where we've got the apples on there. So I thought that would be kind of a fun type card for us to do, and takes a little bit away from my Halloween that I've been doing quite a bit on. And another one that I've been doing quite a bit on is the Christmas. We're also going to use this Gingham Cottage Designer Series paper. This paper is really nice paper, but you get 48 sheets of 12 by 12 paper of this gingham paper. So we're going to use some of this gingham paper today as well. So let me just bring in my product. And I've got a few things. I'm not sure exactly what I was going to do with it, but I do have some different things. So I have this is thick basic white. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And it looks like I've got something on there. So I'm going to actually put that to the front, and then basically I can cover that up. I don't know, for some backyard pool. Oh my goodness, that must be nice. Are you in Kamloops, or whereabouts are you? Okay, so I do have some Poppy Parade. I thought Poppy Parade would be really kind of neat to do with these apples. So because I'm using the Poppy Parade, I'm also using my Poppy Parade blends. You could do any kind of coloring on here. You could use pastels. You could do watercolor pencils. You could do markers, where you could even color right from your right from the stamp pads. Now, another thing, just to let you know, is if you're having problems finding fruit, there is so much fruit in the catalog. Now, you could use the cherries. Of course, that has a punch, so you'd have to do something with the die cut. There's also the bundles of the baskets of something like this. Baskets. I can't remember exactly what that is. And I was just looking over here and seeing what other fruit things that they had. But I mean, of course, you could also go with your peaches that you have, anything that you have in your stash. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Yes, it was really nice when we were in Winnipeg because, of course, they have the pool there. So it was a lot of fun. It was great seeing the grandchildren learn to swim. So that to me was really important. All right, now you know what? I think I'm going to leave that for the time being. We'll put that on after. But see this gingham? Is it not? It's amazing gingham. Um, I really like this black and white. My original thing was I was going to turn around and I was going to use the Sweetest Christmas, and I was going to make my own gingham with the big die in there. But it didn't quite work the way I wanted it. It was too big and I wanted it to be a little bit smaller. So this piece I think is about 2.5. Yeah, it's 2.5 by 5.25. And this piece is 4 by 5.25. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that right on there. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and then this can go on to the front. But I'm going to just hold off on that. Now, no, that's okay. I was thinking that maybe it was a little bit too long. Now, the Stylish Shape dies. This is the largest circle that's from the Stylish Shape. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to put that right on here, but that's where my image is going to go. So let's go and let's stamp this. Now, because we're using the blends, we are using the Memento Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And these dies all fit through the mini cut and emboss. So that's really a nice perk is what I call it. And you know, it's amazing. It has this beautiful shading on these apples as well. So we're going to color this. Now, I am going to cut it first before I color it. And the reason I always do that is after you've taken so much time and you basically do all that coloring and then you go and you cut it out the wrong way, it breaks your heart. So that's why I'm going to color out. I'm going to cut mine first. And then we're going to run that through the cut and emboss. Now, I really, really like this. At one point, I thought I could have cut like a scallop on this gingham because this is a really nice scallop. But I didn't quite want that look, but I love this die. It's stitched, and take a look at it. It's just like this, and it's stitched. So I don't know if I'm going to go with the black or the red. So that's why I've got a couple of those already cut out. And I think I'm going to put one more piece of this Post-it note tape on there so that it doesn't. There we go. And I'll just bring in my little baby cut and emboss. This is, oh my goodness, I just love my cut and emboss. And it's so small, 2.5 pounds. It can go with you. It can travel with you. It can do all that sort of good stuff. What other fruits are in the catalog I'm trying to think of? Well, you know what? You could even go, if you want to stretch it and be a little, you could go rogue. You could go with the berries. And the berries could be like cranberries. They could be holly berries. So that's giving you a wide variety of different things that you can actually use on this. So I'll just take my Post-it note tape off. There, and that's cut not too bad. The first time when I cut it out, when I started just seeing how it would look on there, I did it uneven. So I'm going to put this is going to come down like this. But what I want to do is some of the other dies in here, they have a tree in there and they have some leaves. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in, they're twigs. So, or branches. And I think I'm just going to throw a branch on there. just so that there's a bit of, now I guess I could have gone and done some stamping on there too, but I want to just going to put this like that. And I love these leaves. These leaves not only cut, but they emboss. Take a look at them. They're really, really nice. Now I'm not going to pop them up because I'm going to pop up the other part that I color. Now this is one of, I think, 5 or 6 that you're getting extra. It's called Perfect Pairings. So you can get some extra dies. The Birthday Piggies. There is the lemon slice. Perfect. That's excellent. There you go. So with the tea time one, there's the lemon slice. So there's another fruit. And of course that has the dies that go with it. So really there's lots of things that you can put on here. So see, this is just going to go behind and pop up. So it's just giving kind of a little bit more dimension is what it's doing on there. So that's going to go on there. Now, the colors that I picked to color with, like I say, is Poppy Parade. I'm also going to use a bit of the So Saffron, the light. I've got the light and dark Old Olive, and I've also got the light Granny Apple Green, and of course, I've got the Lifter as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, and I want to just have a tiny bit, like, not all apples are ripe, right? So I just want to put a tiny bit of yellow on these apples. Just a tiny bit, just to give where there's a look that it hasn't ripened. And then I'm going to come in with my light Poppy Parade. And we're going to flick onto where the yellow is. And of course, Stampin' Up shows where the coloring and the extra darkness should go. I noticed that I did do that where this yellow is. But we're going to flick that. We'll blend that all together. Again, we're just going to go like this too. Like I say, just slight red. And then we'll just come in and put a bit of the darker red here. And of course, we're flicking there as well. And you know what? We might end up just covering that up completely. So then I'm just going to come back in. I'm using the bullet end to just blend that together. And then this is where I'm going to use the color lifter. And this is where I'm going to kind of blend that together. There we go. And what that does is it gives the illusion of an apple that is not quite ripe, or actually it is ripe, but it has the yellow tones to it. So there we go. Now with the greens, I'm going to color some with the Granny Apple Green and some with the... So what we want to do is we want to lay our base down and start the saturation. So we're not going to do all of them. Well, we are going to do all of them for the card, but what we want to do is we want to come in and start. I think we might go with the darker one there. Oops. I have to use the bullet end there. And then, of course, we don't want these lines showing there. So we're going to come in with our Granny Apple Green and just blend that together. And if it doesn't quite blend to begin with, what you want to do is just go over it again. Because you don't want those lines showing, right? This is the Granny Apple Green, the light. Whoops, I missed that apple. This is the dark. Here's the light. So yeah, the coloring is going to take a tiny bit of time there, but there we go. Go back to the Granny Apple Green. Come in with our light. Oops. I'm going to put a tiny bit here. Now, I always lay the light color down first. Find it blends, and this is a dark old olive. I should put that off to the one side. Light. And then we can color the rest here. This is the other image I love on here is this one here. This reminds me of back to school, that sort of stuff. Okay, so let's go and let's put, that's the dark old olive. We want to do the light. I want to go with the bullet end as well. Oops, maybe we'll go with the dark. We don't do all of them. You don't need to do all of them. Back to the Granny Apple Green. And that's basically, that's what's taking the time, is just that part of the coloring. And then putting the rest of the card together is going to be quite simple. Now, a lot of times when I've got something like this, I'd like to also put like a pool party in between. But what we definitely want to do is we want to go and let's do our trunks. So I'm going to come in with my, originally I was going to use, I was thinking of soft suede, but I'll use this. We'll just come in and get just a bit of shadowing on there. Here we go. I find the best way to blend is with using the bullet end. And then this is where I want to show you. Let me just quickly put these on here. Oops. My goodness. There we go. And then this is where I like to go in with the light pool party. I just go in with the brush. And that kind of just gives it highlights and brings up your images. You can also go in and you could color around the edges here as well. But when it's on the paper, you can see where it pops up a little bit more. Okay. So now we're going to put this on here. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to do double pop up, I think. I'm going to pop up the circle here from the Stylish Shapes. And let's go ahead and put that on there. And that's going to go about there. And then I'm going to also pop these up and see how that kind of that branch behind just gives a tiny bit. It just gives a bit of dimension to it. Now you can always tell when you've actually colored your done your blending properly is it should come through because you've saturated the paper. It should come through to the other side like this is done. So you definitely want that to happen. Hello. All right, so let's just do this. Now don't forget to enter into the mystery challenge. We're going to put this on here like so. And then I am thinking, do I want to go here or do I want to go with red? I'll let me know if you go red or black. I'm actually going to come in and I am going to use some linen twine on here as well. I just think it kind of lends to it. So I'm just waiting to see if you say red or black. And then it's got some really nice sayings on it, these. Let that come over there. Okay, we've got one person saying black. And let's see. That's why I decided to do one or two. It's just going to go like that. No, and I can actually tie a little bow in here. So we only have one person commenting. Yeah, that'll go good there. All right. Well, black it is. We only have one person. So, of course, with it being black, we are going to have to use the embossing with it. So I have the greatest gift is a good friend or hope you are feeling better. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. I could do that, or I could do, it's going to go across there. So hope you're feeling better is what I think I'll put on there. It's quite a small one. Ooh, it may not go on there very good. The sending one works quite well. So sending smiles. So I could put here, sending could go up there. Smiles across all the good luck your way, sunshine to brighten your day. Well, let's see, what should we put? A note of thanks. We could do that. I think that's what I'll put on there. So I'll just put this on there. Going to come in with my Versamark. That didn't look that straight. Well, like Lorraine says, you could even use your lemon slice. You've got cherries. There's other apples in there. There's, oh my goodness, I think there's even a fruit in this Happy Hedgehogs. No, I guess there isn't. You had tomatoes. Tomatoes are fruit. Hopefully that's right. I won't know until I put the embossing powder on there. Fruit. How about fruit or vegetable would be okay too. And if you have the pomegranates, if you happen to have that stamp set, that's a fruit as well. There's lots of fruits. Peaches from the last catalog. Strawberries. All right. So this is just going to go across here, but we can put this onto the front of the card now. It's a fun card. So like I say, these dies are available as of September the 1st. If you're a demonstrator, you can get them ahead of time. Amazing dies. Nothing better than being able to cut something out than having to do it. What other one? If you like the Yeti, yeah, there might have been a paper pumpkin with the fruit. I don't know. Anyways, we're just going to put this across here as well. So I'm just going to put a dimensional there and there because it's going to sit up there. And it might even have to be double dimensionalized. So I think it probably will. So let's go there and there. I'll take this off. And let's go ahead and put another one. What would go really good on here would probably be the black dots too, or the white dots. Let's just double dimensionalize it. There we go. Thanks. Just like so. And then, of course, we have to finish off the inside. So what have we got on here? Oh, I like this little bit here. You know what? That's just going to be something very, very subtle, but I like it. I'm going to put that on. And we have our memento. May or June paper pumpkin is what Ellen said, Marjorie. So that would help out. There we go. Something very subtle. All right. So now, as far as what needs to go on there, I was thinking the matte black dots would work, but I have those upstairs for a swap. So I'll use these ones. Quite small. You know what? I wonder if I could do it that way. Let's do it like this. Haven't done these for a while like this. There we go. So what I'd like to see is, remember to go to the Facebook group, put your card in using these clues. Your name could be drawn for, if you live in Canada, it would be a stamp set. And if you're outside of Canada and your name does get drawn, basically what I could do is I can send a tutorial. That's what I had to do this last month. Basically, yeah. So there you go. There's the new apple harvest and the apple blossom dies that's coming out on September the 1st. I love this scallop. Like I say, I can't wait to use that. And I love this banner that's there as well. So there you go. I hope you like that. Lots of fun. All right. So what else is happening? Let's see. Tomorrow is now what? I have to use this over. Where I will be going live at 6:30 tomorrow night, Pacific Daylight Time. I will be doing something with something that's been in the catalog. I might show you a different way of using it. But I do love that, doing that series where I show you different things that you can do. Remember to give me the thumbs up. And also the best form of a compliment that you could do is to share my video. Make sure you let me know that you shared it. I really do appreciate it. And then starting on Saturday, there'll be some pre-recorded videos. There'll be the card sketch on Saturday. Next Tuesday will also be the technique, and then again on Saturday. The other thing is I do have an awful lot of blog posts that are going. You'll probably see things on my Facebook group because I can schedule those things ahead of time. We hope to go live from New Orleans. We hope to show you a couple of things that we're doing where maybe it'll be during this haunted tour that we're taking, or it might be in the gardens, but we hope to basically do something live right from New Orleans for you. So have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow night. Bye for now.